And we're on.
So tell mom what you did, okay? I mean,
We are live! Welcome to Game Show Talkin' Fun, the only podcast that makes it worthwhile to stay indoors in the summertime.
Yes, thank you.
With your host.
Hi everyone, I'm Scott, and I'm joined today by my co-host Woj, all the way out there from Long Island.
Well, the county that's directly to your right. So you and I are technically both on Long Island.
Right, but to everyone else out there, they don't know that.
And from Houston, Texas. And what's up?
And from the state where the Cowboys play.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? The Big C Charles Berman here once again on Game Show Talking Fun with my good friend Scott Goldner and Matthew Woj.
Yes, you can see us.
Guys.
We just can't see you. We just need to answer your little mouth there.
Because I have a camera. That's because my camera on my phone. That's why.
Well, unfortunately, we're going to start the Smash and Trust with some sad news. Earlier this week, we've lost one of the classic match game panelists, Patty Deutsch, passed away at 73. So let's pull up her bio.
She was known for many things besides match games. She also did Tattletales. She was on Laugh-In, The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson.
I did not know that she was on. I did not know she was on. I knew she was on Tattletales for a few, but I didn't know that she was also on the Tonight Show with Carson.
Anybody who was anybody in the 70s, 60s, and 80s, and to a lesser extent in the 90s, was on Johnny Carson's show.
Yeah.
In fact, anybody. Yes, Scott?
Here in the article on Buzzer Blog that she was also a voice actress too.
Yeah,
what did she do?
She was in animated series such as Smurfs, The Jetsons, and a few feature films such as Tarzan, The Emperor's New Groove, and Monsters, Inc., all for Disney. She appeared in a few commercials. But really, aside from that, she's known to most audiences today through her game show appearances as a result of the shows being in constant reruns for decades.
And we lost another great celebrity yesterday, too. We lost June Foray. We lost her yesterday.
The one that did, now correct me if I'm wrong, was she the one that did the voice for Rocky?
Yes, she was. Yes, she was.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that also up there on.
She was a veteran. She was a veteran of the Looney Tunes. Her, Stan Freberg, and Mel Blanc were the holy trinity of the Looney Tunes.
Well, Mel Blanc, hands down, was the Looney Tunes. Hands down, Mel Blanc was all the Looney Tunes and everything. All right.
Yeah, but June Foray was fortunate enough to make it to the grand age of 99.
One shy of hitting triple digits.
Yeah, and she continued to work right up until her death.
Hokey smokes.
God bless her. Yep. Well, also, I want to let everyone know that Ryan has bought the home game to Legends of the Hidden Temple, and we will be doing a review on the actual board game itself.
Yeah, I haven't gotten around to buying that yet, but I have read the Buzzer blog.
That's what I'm actually on right now too. I was actually going to pick it up. I was in Midtown, but the closest Target to me in Midtown from where I was in Midtown was all the way down by World Trade Center. I wasn't going to ride my bike all the way down there, and plus my phone was dying too. Okay, going on here. First article of news. Ann Robinson to return for a one night only of The Weakest Link.
Yes!
Now, this is a special.
Yeah!
Yeah. Now, this is a special here. Metro reports that Ann Robinson will return to her podium as the host of BBC's The Weakest Link after 5 years in lieu of a celebrity edition, which will be playing for the charity Children in Need, and it won't air until November.
Will it be on
A
BBC
long
America?
line of, hopefully it will. Hopefully it will. And this also comes in on a long line of other game shows that have come back for one night stands only. Crystal Maze had returned. Blanks, which is our match game, which is basically match game for us. 15-1 was revived for Celebrity Series. So, what do you guys think about Anne coming back to host the game show that put her on the map as a game show host?
Well, Weakest Link may be
We'll start-
a solid format in and of itself, but really, Anne Robinson is the person who made the show what it is. She is, as TV Tropes calls it, carried by the host. Really, she added so much to it between her put-downs, insults, jokes, sarcasm. She created the archetype of an anti-host, even though it was first pioneered by Cookie Masterson on You Don't Know Jack. But Anne Robinson was the person who made it world famous, so famous to the point where, as we were discussing on our previous episode about international game shows, every other country wanted an Anne, and we were the only country that got it. So really, I mean, even if there are some changes to the format to make it fresh for a new generation, it'll still work because Anne Robinson made the show what it is. So this is a big smash.
I say the same thing about that too. And I mean, I enjoyed watching it when NBC had it. I even enjoyed playing the computer game of it too. The PC game as well too.
Yeah, I had that too.
Well, I agree. I wholeheartedly agree.
Yep. Now
that's a smash. That's a smash in itself. The Weakest Link was one of my favorite shows when I watched it on NBC. Oh, man, Anne Robinson was the queen of the insults. That's what also got me introduced into British comedy too.
Yeah, and at the same time, when you think about it, in the year 2001, something that I didn't think about until recently was this equation. In 99, the hottest show was Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. In 2000, the hottest show was Survivor. And in 2001, the hottest show just combined Survivor and Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. And that was Weakest Link.
Basically, you took Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and Survivor, and they had a baby.
I'm really excited about the next one.
Now, this coming in from, I believe it's from Shout Factory that's going to be airing it. Yeah, Shout Factory will be airing on their Twitch channel, Starcade.
Oh, forget about it. Oh, I love Starcade.
All
forget about it.
In Brooklyn. All 123 episodes of the original show. Now, Woj, correct me if I'm wrong. Was 123, was that the exact count of episodes for the show? Or were there more?
I think I've heard something higher, and I'm just wondering if they're referring to the entirety of the syndicated run hosted by Jeff Edwards. I'm not sure if that includes the TBS episodes hosted by Mark Richards.
The first,
I think wasn't that bad. First 15 episodes.
Oh, it was only 15. The first 15.
I think so.
Yeah, but according to the article here, the whole show ran on Starcade from 82 to 84.
Yeah.
We'll have to make that an episode in itself to talk about Starcade and everything.
Yeah, yeah, they basically just added up both runs from Mark Richards' first episode to Jeff Edwards' last episode. It was 82 to 84.
And get your emulators ready, because you might be able to play along on your computer while you're watching it.
Yeah, you can score points, and I guess hopefully if they're smart, they'll hopefully give the highest scorers a chance to actually be on a potential revival.
Yeah, whatever came about. So, according to this, so what do you guys think about them showing the entirety of Starcade?
Well,
Your
Binge
thoughts
watch. I'm gonna binge watch it all. I'm gonna binge watch them all.
Well, let's start with you, Chuck. This time, do you smash or trash this?
Super Smash Brothers.
yeah,
And
yeah. First of all, if you're going to binge watch all
what do you say?
124 episodes, which is a total of 62 hours, how many extra large Coca-Cola Slurpees are you going to need?
Just one 2-liter bottle of Pepsi would do for me,
Well,
Ah,
or Mountain Dew.
I wish there was they could DVR those episodes though. Seriously.
yeah, but it's also piggybacking off the recent success of the Mr. Rogers Marathon and the French Chef Marathon. Yes, Scott?
Was that also done by Shout Factory?
That was streamed on Twitch as a marathon over the course of a couple of weeks, but what is it,
later
Scott?
time.
No, was that marathon also a Shout Factory, or was that done by somebody else?
That was done by another company. Again, I'm guessing
Okay.
that PBS wanted to get on Twitch, but like I said, it's the perfect medium for a Starcade marathon with the rise of Let's Plays, playthroughs, walkthroughs, all occurring
and
on Twitch and YouTube. It's the perfect medium, and it might be the perfect platform to really put this potential revival that Shout Factory is shopping around. So
yeah,
this is a big
what's going
smash.
on? Any new updates on that since January on that?
I haven't heard anything, although from reading some of the history here, there have actually been a couple of attempts in the past to really bring it back. I know in 2000, they tried to shop around, but no one went to it. And I know the USA had a plan. USA had a planned revival in 2006, but that never went anywhere.
Now here's my question with it. If Shout Factory owns the rights to it, why don't they just release on like home DVD or Blu-ray?
Well, I guess it's a matter of considering it has to be manufactured, if there's an audience for it, and I mean, I don't really know if there's any legalities involved with the games in there, but there shouldn't, considering of all the video game footage that's been put on DVD by James Rolfe and Chris Bohr, so I don't think it should be a problem.
And any of us who are on YouTube that are Let's Players.
Yeah, so I think that a best of DVD compilation would do. I mean, I'm not sure about the entire series.
Kind of like Retro Game Master.
Yeah, because we've seen a lot of game show compilations appear on DVD over the last several years between Jeopardy, Match Game, and Price is Right. So that's not out of the question.
Did Pyramid ever do one?
No.
Pyramid? They should.
They should do a Press Your Luck hold DVD. And I'm not talking about the DVD game.
No, I know. All right, and quick. I want to give a quick shout out here to. Now, this is to our friends across the pond. To Europe to England for this one. That on Countdown, if anyone is familiar with that game show, waiting for the.
Well, we're hoping to be familiar.
Yeah, no, I'm just waiting for I'm just waiting for Buzzerblog to respond back because I clicked. Susie Dent. Oh, Susie Dent. One of the word X on Countdown celebrated her 25th year on the show. with that.
Whoop-de-doo.
So from all of us, yeah,
Yeah.
that out there, and give a shout out to all of our friends over there. And it's like, yep, we know the show over here too, and everything.
And
So
yeah.
that out there. Now our last bit of topic here is about the emoji game show. Genius.
Emo Genius, yeah.
Yeah. So, what are your thoughts on that? Well, first of all, let me put it to you this. Let me bring this up because I know I think majority of us know about this. That the host Hunter March, grandson of Hal March, who hosted the $64,000 question. Within comparison of, have any of you seen the show?
Well, I think your question will be answered with my emoji here.
I've never seen that show, honestly. I've never seen that show.
Yeah, so why don't you change your profile picture to this one here?
Oh, come on,
I
Scott.
think it might.
Oh, come on, Matthew.
Just ignore that. That's the phone there for the landline.
Yeah,
Just let it ring.
that's it.
It's not for.
Hey, at least it's not my
No,
phone. At least it's not my phone.
Yeah.
My phone.
Otherwise, you would be on a sailing ship right now. You know.
No.
So what do you?
Ahoy!
So none of you have seen the show yet, as well.
Nope.
I haven't either, and I was just looking at the article here, so I thought it would be something to talk about. Oh, let me ask you this: does him being related to Hal March, who hosted the $64,000 question, or should that? Do you think he's just following? Do you think he's just following what his grandfather did?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, here's my answer again.
Question mark, right? So, what do you think? Do you anything here? Now, it is going to be. Now, it is on GSN, so it is a GSN game show. And according here to Buzzablog, they give the show 10. You guys, they give it an 8 for game, a 6 for the show, and for the entire game show, they give it a 7.5. So we'll just have to see how it does in
ratings.
In ratings, so. I guess we're going to abstain from smashing or trashing this for right now.
Yeah, until the final review comes out for it. Yeah.
Yeah, this is what's on our minds about it, or at least mine.
Question mark, right? A blank
no,
sheet of
this
paper.
is not a question mark. There's nothing there. I'm a nowhere man.
Like Bill Davis's computer, right?
Well,
hey.
His is at the complete opposite end of mine. He personally got his from Steve Jobs 41 years ago.
All right. Well, that wraps up about Smash or Trash. And if you want to, like I said, we'll have the review for the Legends of the Hidden Temple board game coming out soon. Stay tuned for that. And that's about it. And it's a shame that we did lose a regular that I'm sure most of us here in the game show regulars and fans who watch Match Game. I'm sure Buzzer's probably going to do a special with Match Game to honor her passing.
Yeah, I'd agree with you on that. Oh, darn it, Charles.
All right.
Yeah, darn it, Chuck Berman.
All right, so now we're going to move on to our topic tonight, which is the look at some of the new game shows, see what the ones that came back did, if they improved over the summer fun.
Well, actually, that's not what we discussed here. We were just going to talk tonight about the new shows that debuted, which were The Gong Show, Candy Crush, Beat Shazam, and Love Connection. We might touch on Eyewitness if any of you.
Yeah,
have seen
let's
it.
actually
So,
let's actually
Smash
talk
or
about
Trash
that one for.
continues.
I might make this whole episode smash or trash. Who knows? Stay tuned for that. All right. Well, let's bring up about the game show from our favorite TV judge. Let's talk about Eyewitness. I did see the preview for it.
Yeah, it's pretty much.
So, have any of you?
It's pretty much airing in previews right now. So, if any of you check your local Fox station to see if it's airing, because you've got only 3 more weeks to see it, and depending on the ratings, we may or may not ever see it again.
How is it doing in the ratings?
I don't know. I
Stop
haven't.
playing Pac-Man.
I'm playing one on my computer.
Turn it off.
Is your computer attached to the microphone here?
No, it's not. I turned the sound down.
Are you already practicing to get on Starcade?
I think he is. I think he is, but first he needs to play Sinistar.
Yeah. And anyway, and I've also, to avoid the problem we had on our last episode, I went about and gathered some pictures and put it together on a PowerPoint before the show. So, although for Eyewitness, I wasn't able to get them on the PowerPoint in time, so some of them will have to.
So
I'm glad I knew what I was eating before I ate it.
Well,
I'm sorry,
what do
Mom.
you think about?
But he cooked the other ones, so I didn't eat mine.
So, what do you think about Judge Judy creating a game show?
Well, first of all,
Well,
this is actually a show that she's associated with that you would actually want to be on.
right. The only problem is she's not hosting it.
That's right, and this is a show where you actually want to win her money.
Yeah, I read about the article a few weeks ago in the Post about it when she actually came up with the idea for it. So
Yeah, so
I
anyway.
did see a little bit of that. We'll try to find out how it's doing in the ratings, I guess, right? And
Yep.
everything, and we'll have to make a special episode on that.
Well, that is if someone here can get some non-crude photos that weren't taken from a quick Google search and post it on here. I mean, it's not exactly going to require, a large segment here since it's a daily half-hour show. There's not much to digest with it. So, but anyway, let's start.
So basically, what's the concept of the show?
Well, first of all, the host here is John Henson, who came off after 6 years of Wipeout and a substitute job hosting for Meredith Vieira on Millionaire. He does bring a lighthearted charm to the show, really rooting for the contestants to succeed.
Well, isn't that the concept?
And no, he's not the same John Henson, who's the son of Jim. Yeah, because I mean, he's got no strings to hold him down.
So you already knew my question before I was going to ask it.
I could feel it coming on. You asked, "Is he?" and I could buzz you on that. Anyway, what the show is about is that 3 contestants compete in a memory game, testing their powers of not only memory but observation and being able to spot the difference here. In the first round, the 3 contestants will watch a video, and then they will be asked a series of questions about it. Once the video ends, they will be asked questions worth $100 each. So as you can see here, this is what the video is about. It's a homemade video, so it's not based on any existing product, or it's not made for information. It's all about memory. After it's done, they answer a series of questions worth $100 each, and then eventually another video is played. After
Now
the second round, yes, they're all on the buzzer. So then in round 2, they watch another video and then are shown a series of still photos afterwards that have been digitally altered to have differences in them. And their job is to buzz in and spot the difference between the pictures. Each correct answer is worth $200 each. A wrong answer locks them out for the next question. Then in round 3, they see a series of still photos, no video this time, and then they will be asked multiple choice questions that they have to lock in on. The first question first one is worth $300, and they ask 6 more worth increasing amounts in $100 increments all the way up to $900. The player in first place at the end of this round goes on to the bonus round for a chance to get their total augmented to $20,000.
$20,000? Are you kidding me?
No, I am not kidding you.
That's
really
about
all
normal
that
for
Debmar Mercury. That's really all that Debmar Mercury can afford with having a test run and basically all of their game shows.
Well, isn't that normal for like a majority of a top cash prize for a daytime talk show? I mean, daytime game show, about 20, 25K?
Yeah, it's typically around. That's usually the minimum. That's about the average amount of money that Jeopardy gives away in each show.
Yeah.
And anyway,
well,
for the bonus round, it's time to cram as they are shown 2 videos simultaneously. And the contestant is asked a series of questions about the videos, and they have to decide whether or not it applied to one video, the other video, or neither. What they have to do, as you can see here, they have to move from level 1 to level 5 within 30 seconds. A correct answer moves them up 1 level. An incorrect answer moves them down 1 level. But if they can get to level 5 within 30 seconds, they walk away with $20,000.
So basically, the end game is kind of like this or that from Volume 2 if you don't know Jack.
Not only that, it's also based on cram, only you're not getting distracted every chance you get.
Or staying up 24 hours. I could never do it. I've done that for work a few times.
Yeah.
So we hope that it does good. I want to bring up something that was brought to my attention either, I think, in the group.
Oh, hi, Paul.
Yep, Paul's here. Paul's on mute for right now, so he'll join us when he has a free moment. Yep, I just noticed you there, Paul. So here's my question. We'll talk about the game show next that is almost live from Hollywood.
It's the Gong Show.
Yeah. Now, I want to ask this because I noticed this in our Facebook chat a while. I think it was either this last week or sometime this week. What happened on the show?
What happened?
There was some kind of act that was going on, and I think everyone in our chat on Facebook kind of got disgusted by it.
Are you talking about the one that aired this week? You're not necessarily talking about the spider in Mary's mouth?
Right, I'm not talking about that one. I think it was the one about the clown.
What, the one with the razors in his mouth?
Yeah. What was going on with that?
Well, apparently he can take a bunch of razors and pull out a knife, so he basically has a very sharp tongue.
And I think everyone was saying that he should have been gonged on that.
Yeah, but
it doesn't matter. He couldn't speak to defend himself.
Right. Now, we do know that is, in fact, that is... Huh.
Well, actually, that's... he apparently altered his DNA to become British comedian Tommy Maitland, game show host on 3 different continents, and a cheeky monkey.
Who's the cheeky monkey?
Yeah, cheeky monkey taken from his old Simon character from Saturday Night Live.
Mm.
You see, and one thing you might notice here is that he has nice blue eyes there as Tommy Maitland. But when he's himself, he has nice brown eyes. So he's wearing
contacts.
Yeah, or you could basically call Tommy Maitland fat bastard in a tuxedo.
My God. So, what is
Yeah.
it? Gong Show's been on for about 3 weeks now.
Well, it's been on for the past month, as you know. The brainchild behind the survival is Will Arnett. As you can see, is a semi-regular judge who always sits on far left side.
Has Jamie Farr been on it yet?
I don't think anybody has been there, although recently there was this old guy who looked like the prospector from Toy Story 2 who was apparently a contestant on the original Gong Show back in the 70s. He won 3 times and apparently impressed Chuck Barris enough to invite him back all those times. I'd have to say...
Has any of the original sketches, like the Unknown Comic, or they've done anything like that yet?
Unless it involves shaving cream, no.
Don't bring up the halftime skit, please.
Well, this is all about bringing it up, Chuck. Welcome to the world of podcasting.
Yes.
That's my thing. I don't like the halftime skit at all.
Well, considering how from time to time you seem allergic to shaving cream, I'm not surprised.
But I don't like about the halftime. Bring back Gene the Dance Machine. The son of Gene the Dance Machine.
Well, are you saying would you like to have a seance this Halloween?
Hey.
Yeah, basically.
And maybe
this is Weekend at Bernie's 3.
The Gong Show, the Gong Show edition.
Yeah.
So what do you? Thoughts on the revival of?
Well, first of all, as you can see from this picture here, it's much more telegraphed when a celebrity is about to give a gong. As you can see in this picture here, it's about 10 feet away from the celebrities. So you basically have to have very accurate projectile throwing just to make it subtle that you're about to gong them. Otherwise, you'll have to take a hike to tell everybody else on the stage to take a hike. Yeah.
No.
And isn't it
wasn't like has anyone been gonged yet?
Well,
there's a lot of people been going away, but they better not bring back the Popsicle Twins.
Well, would you really want to see a geriatric Popsicle Twins basically still licking it at 65?
Maybe they're granddaughters.
Well, basically, although considering that whole shtick has gotten old, basically the horny old ladies, that already got old by the time the Golden Girls was around.
Who wants to see Betty White on there?
Yeah, and isn't it interesting that Dana Carvey was able to subtly reunite with his old quote-unquote comedy partner?
Yeah. I thought that was pretty good. I watched that whole episode. I was like, wow.
He thought that the guy could take a gong, then he gave him a frickin' gong. And I have to say, I like some of Tommy's bits here. Basically, he plays along with the bit that they're doing by having some prop or hat here, like this one here where he's got the bling bling and the glasses here for MC squared.
Wait, now, well, Matt, did your computer freeze up? Because I didn't see the photo if you were showing it.
Well, first of all, I just hit screen share and I can't see you guys, so.
Right, because all I'm seeing is just the logo for the Gong Show.
Well, hold on. Now do you see it?
Yeah, with like the masks and everything.
Yeah, so forgive me. Like I said, I just recently set up a 2-way monitor here on my iMac, so I don't know how the second monitor works here when I'm doing a screen share.
Right. So who were some of the other guests on the show so far?
Ken Jeong, Zach Galifianakis.
Oh, the card counter from Hangover.
Yeah. So here's as I was saying, since you didn't see them, there's Mike Myers in his nice, recently dyed silver hair, basically pulling his own tribute to Steve Martin there. As you can see, the comparisons to Fat Bastard in a tuxedo. Will Arnett. There's the gong there.
Wait, the gong, they're way behind. It was like they were like 5 feet behind it on the original show.
Pretty much.
They didn't even have to get up for it.
Right, they would all fight. No, they would fight for it, I think, on the original show sometimes, right?
Of course, that's why they give all the judges on America's Got Talent their own buzzer, so they don't have to fight over it, even though Piers Morgan will hit Simon Cowell's buzzer for him, and vice versa.
Right. And they all have one goal, and they all get to hit that golden buzzer one time, I guess, right?
Yeah. So anyway, as I was saying, Tommy has his own props there to react to the different acts. Like here's the bling bling and glasses for EMC squared or EMC hammer. This is the mask he has for.
He kind of looks like what's his name from Undertale.
Oh snap!
But anyway, these people are all playing for the nice cash prize of $2,000.17.
Now, is that the same price is that the same top prize from the original show?
Well, let's see if we add another $1,500 to it, or really just $1,438.
What did they play for in the original show?
Scale. It's whatever the value of scale is right now, which I wouldn't trust Extreme Gong if they went by it. I don't know what Scott Sternberg felt by doing it on cable, that he felt he could lower the price of scale. It was about $500 on the original show. That was about $700 later in syndication. There was about $300 on Extreme Gong. I forget what the 2008 incarnation did with Dave Attell, since I've never seen that one, but all I know is that considering it's the only game show I know of produced by Happy Madison Productions.
What, the Gong Show?
Yeah, they did the Gong Show back in 2008.
Wow.
Yeah.
Paul?
Although no.
What are your thoughts?
And they're also playing for the Gong Trophy here.
2017 cents. Wow, that's not bad. That's actually not bad of a paycheck if you're on a shoestring budget.
Well, not necessarily a shoestring budget. I mean, the Gong Show represents the anti-talent show. That was Chuck Barris's intention back when he first produced this show, was that with all the talent shows that were around celebrating the famous, the people soon to be famous, he wanted to create a show that was the inverse, that really was a middle finger toward talent shows.
Right. And your price today, $2,000.17.
Oh, man. Suck.
Yeah, they had to spend the rest of the budget on Tommy's nose.
I thought they spent the rest of the budget on the gong.
They spent the rent. I don't know what they spent the rest of the budget on.
They spent the rest of the budget to make sure that Zach would not get barred from any casinos anymore.
Oh, speaking of casinos, how you been doing, Scott? You doing good on craps?
We'll talk about that some other time. All right.
I'm just asking. That's the thing.
We'll talk about that some other time. So,
well, considering that Paul still can't speak, so we're going to have to move on to the next topic. The show where old-fashioned romance meets modern-day technology, or at least as modern as it could be without the internet. The Love Connection.
Oh, God, I hate it. Hate it.
Why don't they just call the show Tinder?
Yeah, considering that's probably where they get their contestants for this show. Yeah, so Yeah, zing. So anyway, really, as far as old-fashioned romance meeting modern-day technology, I remember something you might not know of is that the show was already resurfaced in 1998, hosted by game show garbage dartboard of Hate Target, Pat Bullard. And it really used the internet to have viewers choose who they felt the bachelor or bachelorette should go on a date with.
Now here's my question. Why does game show garbage hate Pat Bullard?
Well,
or however you
Bullard.
what's the whole I thought that Cindy mainly hated Scott what's his name?
Scott
Sternberg, I think.
Yeah, Scott Sternberg, the producer. You may remember Scott Sternberg as the producer of such classic shows as Wheel 2000, Anything Goes, and Extreme Gong.
Yep, as well, the kids' version of Jeopardy, Jep.
Yeah, and he even hosted his own creation, Let's Go Back, on the Nostalgia Network, which aired in about 5 homes all across America.
It was that bad.
And it was, yeah. And I think Charlie O'Donnell was the announcer for that.
Yeah, the only real respectable part of that, as Scott Sternberg as a host was about as bland as, well, that piece of
Jeremy Irons selling cereal.
Yeah, or
Stop.
Yeah, but anyway, with this incarnation of Love Connection, in a way, Fox has come full circle, because the producer of this incarnation, as you can see here, is Mike Fleiss. You may know you may remember Mike Fleiss as the producer of such classic shows as The Bachelor, Superstar USA, and the notorious Who Wants to Marry a Multi-Millionaire.
Oh, God.
In fact,
were they all on Fox?
Well, just Who Wants to Marry a Multi-Millionaire, and really, Mike Fleiss is the godfather of modern-day dating reality shows, because Who Wants to Marry a Multi-Millionaire was the first of its kind.
I will say this. The only dating show that I watched on TV, if we're talking about this real quick, was Blind Date.
Yes. Yeah, so basically
with what's his name as host? I forgot the guy that hosted. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that show.
Yeah.
No, I think the show would have been different if they had Roger hosting this.
Yeah.
Because at least on Blind Date, at least he took some care about what was going on with the people that were being set up and everything.
Yeah, and also I mean, you would think it would be easier to get Chuck Woolery to host this incarnation with him being a regular on Fox News. You'd think that Rupert Murdoch wouldn't have a problem with him hosting here. But no, a super fan, it was in the wings in the form of Andy Cohen.
Andy Cohen, are you kidding me?
Well, was Love Connection done at the same time that Chuck was doing Scrabble back then?
It was.
I think so.
Yeah. Although, and when you think about it, leaving Wheel of Fortune was a blessing in disguise, because if he had not left Wheel of Fortune, when Wheel of Fortune eventually went into syndication, he would have never been able to host Love Connection or Scrabble or any of these other shows.
Or Lingo.
Yeah, and he wouldn't have become the versatile game show host he's known for being today.
Right, and also a rapper, too. We also have to remember that he did that rap on GSN.
Yeah, Chucky W. I mean, also Wink MC, and I know Richard Karn did one once.
Richard Karn did a rap one time. I'm going to triple the points.
Well, you need to loop yourself at least 3 times.
No, then we
triple the points.
we could call that.
Again, I don't know if anybody here is.
What?
Yeah.
Why does he look like? Why does the guy look like Wayne Brady?
Well, that's that's the giant screen that everybody looks at when they see their potential dates. And one of the changes made to this season is that the bachelor or bachelorette goes on a date with all 3 potential suitors.
What?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, and eventually there's a little love or money scenario there where actually
How about no?
Let him finish.
yeah,
Let him finish.
Sorry.
you know, considering how you seem to know so much about this, Chuck, I'll let you describe the rest of the show. Be my guest.
Love or money? Love or money? I wouldn't pick either one. The new Love Connection is full of garbage. Game show garbage all the way.
No, there's a concept for a game show: love or money. we'll say we'll
Send that
pitch
to
it.
NBC, and they can do 4 seasons of that.
No, we'll pitch it to Fox. We'll know it'll be dead in a season.
Pitch it. No. Pitch it to ABC. They're notorious for their new shows.
We'll pitch it to GSN.
GSN. Don't bring up GSN, please.
Well,
How about Buzz?
Buzzer Master Race.
Well, anyway, let's get back. Woj,
yeah, well,
continue.
well, considering how Paul's still trying to speak there, we're still trying to hear him.
Yep.
Yeah. Just try resetting your microphone again, and then sing "Happy Birthday" or something.
Or
Hold on.
Or get a Bluetooth mic like I have.
He doesn't have his headset on. That's the thing.
Oh. What's he doing from his computer?
Yeah, now he's got his headset. So, Woj, go on about Love Connect. Go on about the new Love Connection.
Well,
So you were saying that the contestant gets to go on a date with all 3. Now, is that date all at the same time, or are they individual?
well, a triple date. That's something I actually want the cameras to be there for.
It's a triple date challenge.
Chuck,
Yeah. So
tone it down a little bit.
Sorry.
So
yeah, your
So
pills. Your pills.
he takes that little blue pill from Pfizer.
Well, the pill will be as blue as the set here. Since
Yeah.
I gotta say that
So-
with the set having just the big screen and the big heart in the middle, it looks like they just repackaged the $1 Million Password set here and just made it more symmetrical.
It looks like the $1 Million Password set. So my question is this: so they get to go on a date with all 3.
Yes.
And then what happens after that? So they go on the date with all 3. Then they come back to the studio.
Yeah, and they interview all 3 of them.
All three
and we
all
hear
three
what
of them?
happened on the date. And then after the interviews, this is where the whole for love or money scenario comes in.
So now my question is, does on the original show, I know the audience got to vote on the person that got to go on the date. Does the audience vote as well in this one? Is there anything from the original connection that we know carried over to this one?
Well, first of all, it ties into what this whole decision is about. Basically, what happens is they will get another date with the person that they choose, and they can also, the suitor can choose to take $10,000 or go on a date with the person who the audience votes for.
So that would be the person that's in the studio that's sitting on the couch.
Yeah, so basically they can choose $10,000 or the person who the audience picks for them.
Okay.
Yeah, in case anybody's wondering, just For Love or Money was an actual dating show back on NBC in the mid-2000s. So
They
yeah,
kind of took that format of it too.
yeah. Although we're not playing for $1 million here, so
Thank God.
there's no darkness here. I mean, or would you really want to break a woman's heart for $1?
No.
I would never break my wife's heart at all. She's the most beautiful thing I loved.
And something else that's different with this version is the first impressions, as you see here. What they do is that they rate their first impressions of each other strictly from the videos on a scale of 1 to 10. This doesn't have any bearing on the game. It's just something that they use to test their compatibility. So yeah,
they've added something new to the show.
Yeah, so, and probably something that's become a cliche on game shows in the past 10 years, but is still nice, even though it's kind of anticlimactic, was on the 4th episode where Ricky proposed to Charisse after their date.
Aww.
Well, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, there was proposals on The Price is Right with that, correct?
Well, we've had numerous proposals on different game shows.
Right.
And
the
it
one
might
that
as well.
always,
Yeah, you could add that to the list
one,
of the game show drinking game.
There's always the one that sticks out in my mind is from the one from The Price is Right, where the contestant's up there, he spins the wheel, and he actually asks his fiance while the wheel is spinning. Now, I think this was during the
Bob Barker's era.
Yeah,
I think that was
and he was
another.
he asks his wife, he asks his fiance if he will to marry him, and while all that's going on, he gets the dollar off of the wheel.
Oh, that's so cute. Oh, that's awesome. You can't get multiple dings for that.
Yeah. So anyway, I mean, if only he waited about 10 years, he could have actually killed 2 birds with 1 stone: propose, win $1,000 on the wheel, and get married before the showcase.
Aww.
Because they actually did that a couple years back. They actually had an episode with engaged couples where they actually got married right before the showcase, as Drew did what most people do when they want to officiate a friend's wedding. He went online, paid $50 for a white collar, and by the power vested in him by the state of California, named everybody married.
Aww. Well,
Interesting.
that's so sweet. That's so cool.
So, what are your thoughts on the newer version of Love Connection?
Well, don't hold back, Chuck. Tell us what you really think.
It's crap.
Yeah.
It is crap upon crap upon crap upon crap. It's about as bad as
You
Zelda
want,
CDI games.
You want some toast with that?
Yeah, it's about as bad as the Zelda CDI games.
Are you really going to go there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
acknowledge their existence.
Yeah.
Well, are you going to give any justifiable reasons, or are you just going to rant like an idiot?
I'm just saying they should have just left it alone. Honestly, I would never watch the new version of Love Connection after 1 episode.
Well, here's the thing with me. I mean, in myself growing up, this is one of those shows that you need to be older to really appreciate, because I didn't really appreciate these kinds of shows until I was older to really learn about the ways of love. So, I mean, I can respect it. I mean, Andy Cohen is not really the storyteller, or can really get good stories out of contestants in the way that Chuck Woolery did. He's more of a fan trying to live out his dream.
Yeah.
The set as I said before, is I think a little too big for their purposes. I mean, I think maybe something with a white colored floor and a much smaller.
It looks like they took the set. It looks like they took the set from Set for Life.
Yeah, or basically just took the set of $1 Million Password and set it in a Valentine's Day gift card store.
In a Hallmark store.
Yeah, and I think they're really trying to add a little more of a game to it. And the whole lover money scenario, I mean, it's really not needed. It's just there for drama. So this is not a complete success, but And right now, it's in terms of the ratings have not gotten higher than 3.9 million. It has a 1.1 share in the 18 to 49 demographic. So really, and airing on Thursday nights, right up against whatever CBS has right now. And so it's not
Battle of the Network Stars. Battle of the Network Stars. The new Battle of the Network Stars.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
we'll get to that.
We didn't have that on the list, so I don't have any pictures of that. So my thumbs down on this one. But my thumb is going to be even lower to the ground for our next sub.
No, we'll save Candy Crush for a little bit later. I wanted to move on to probably one of my favorite game shows, or one that I'm always bugging Brian about to do at the cons. Name that tune, or in this case, Beat Shazam. I'm always a fan of the music trivia games. So in case if anyone wants to know, yes, I was a fan of. Even though we only have certain clips of the Kennedy era floating around on YouTube of the Name That Tune, I'm a fan of Name That Tune. I loved Face the Music. I've always been a fan of the music trivia game. So let's talk about Beat Shazam.
Have you ever played along with the app yet?
I haven't played it.
I don't have it yet.
I don't have it yet, but I'm going to download it tonight, though.
So tell us about the app first, and then we'll get into the game show. Explain the app.
Well, I mean, I haven't used it myself, but it's just used if you want to play along with it. It's not used as a qualifier to actually get on the show. It's really just
unlike Million Second Quiz's app was actually used to get on the show.
Yeah, and thankfully because of the level of promotion and the fact that it's on in the summertime, you haven't heard about it yet since it has not crashed yet and the fans have not revolted.
Do you think in this day and age a music trivia game show like Beat Shazam, or if they did bring back Name That Tune, do you think in this day and age a music trivia show can work?
I think so, although the way they did it in the past, as with the live orchestra, the big band, it's kind of old-fashioned the way they're doing it. I think that in the era of shared online music or online stars, that would probably be the new direction to go. But the way that they're doing it here, I mean, they're trying their best to get as much of an appeal as possible while still getting the advertisers for the 18 to 49 demographic. And one way they've done that is their choice of host in Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx really does root for the contestants to win.
Well, isn't that...
He's really good host. I like him.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. When Wayne Brady did Don't Forget the Lyrics, didn't he I know he also rooted for the contestants to win too, correct?
Correct.
I think so.
Yeah, and
even Regis wanted the contestants to win the $1 Million a Millionaire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about them syndicated version of Don't Forget the Lyrics?
Oh, you mean Mark McGrath?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. He was excitable as well. I mean, he was really the only part of the syndicated version that was serviceable and functional, as opposed to the molasses game that they used, or really the molasses mechanics by slicing the primetime version in half.
Yeah. So walk us through how the game worked.
And he's also flanked by the DJ there, October.
Well, I wouldn't call her DJ. Just call the lady behind the booth.
At least her name's not September.
Whoa! Nice one, Scott. Nice one. Ding!
Yeah. I mean,
Thanks.
we've had April O'Neil, Mae West, June Cleaver, now October Martinez. Yeah, considering I was
and September will still get the late Richard Dawson laughing.
Yeah, I was hopefully gonna name my child, if I ever had one, February Wojus. Soon in
If I ever,
the play park
I-
in the near future, we will have March Goldiner.
no, no. If I ever have a daughter, I am naming her probably after. I will name her after one of the greatest battleships from World War II. I would name from the Japanese Imperial Army. I would name her Yamato.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So anyway, you can see the
So-
set here. It's a very simple set. I mean, you have the big screen known as Shazam. I mean, I don't really see how you need to really.
It kind of looks like it looks like they stole the combination lock, the screen from John Ritchie's Combination Lock.
I don't remember it having a big circular screen. I didn't know they had those back then. It's more like the safe on that show was an actual physical safe.
It looks like a blown up safe.
Well, me and the missus watch beat Shazam every week. Me and my wife love watching
So
it.
Chuck, tell us more about the show.
Well, first round you got to guess in the
I mean,
songs.
not Chuck. I meant Woj. Woj was talking
Sorry.
about it.
Well, you were doing
Sorry
such
about
a
that.
great job, Chuck. Be my guest.
Okay, no problem. Okay, no problem. Okay, in the first round you got to
Be
get
my guest. Be my
guys,
guest.
cool. Guys, cool. You guys gotta be cool. Yeah. In the first round, you gotta guess the song title, but they give you 4 different choices, like on Millionaire, and you gotta correct it. And you gotta make sure it's like Fastest Finger on Millionaire. You know how Fastest Finger goes, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Considering someone who you just recently chatted with failed at that 17 years ago.
You.
No, I'm talking about Andy.
He was probably too drunk.
Who's
Well,
Andy you talking about?
you know, Andy. I know we're getting a little bit off topic here, but we'll save that for the post. We'll save that for the post game. So, Woj, tell us about the more about round one.
Yeah.
Walk us through round one.
Yeah, it's a fastest finger quiz with Shazam selecting a song, and the 3 teams have 4 choices, and for each correct answer is worth $1,000, with the last one being worth $2,000.
The fast track
Now-
to cash.
Now, here's my question: is the music all types of music, or
It's
All
most-
different,
is it-
all different genres. All different genres.
Yeah,
Okay,
and
that's my
the
main
difference
question.
between this and Name That Tune, and this is a big difference, is that you actually hear the original track. There's no, it's not just the instrumental. It's not a
No
band
backing
playing
track.
it. It's the
No
actual-
backing track.
Right.
You just hear
Yeah,
the
so in a
song
way-
and the lyrics.
So in a way, it is easier than Name That Tune.
At least they don't have the bitter note thing. That really pissed me off every time I
I
played
will
it.
say this about music. If I know, since me and you, Woj, we live up here in New York, we have CBS FM. I can, when any of those classic songs play, maybe within the first 10 to 15 seconds, I can identify the name, the group that sang it.
And before we move on, Chuck, did you dare criticize Bitter Note?
Yes, he
It sucks
did.
they don't have. I loved bitter note though, but they don't have it in the new one. I suck at bitter note. Seriously.
Well, considering
Just
your words,
because just because you sucked at it doesn't mean that everyone else sucked at it.
That's true. That's true.
Because remember what Jim and Tom said about the clues would lead you to the clues would lead you to the song title. Anyway, back to Woj.
Sorry
yeah,
about that.
Considering if that was an actual rule, then Bob Barker would have had the president ban golfing all across America.
Oh, you mean Donald Trump, right?
No shit.
Hey, watch your language, man.
And his partner would be Happy Gilmore.
And look who's talking, Chuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, for the second round where the amounts are doubled, they're also visited by a guest. In this case, Terrence Howard.
Or MC Hammer.
Yeah, so with
I would like to see. I would like to see Weird Al.
yeah everything.
Oh, that'd be so awesome. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, everything there is doubled, and then eventually there's a third round where the amounts are tripled, and everything.
I'll triple the dollars.
After that round, the third place team is eliminated, and the last two teams.
Now here's my question: do they get to keep all the money that they've earned on the show?
I don't know about that.
Third place,
I don't know.
Second place, half their bank total. First place depends on what the final results of the Shazam round are.
Oh, hi, Paul.
Hey, Paul. So, Paul, what are your thoughts on the show so far? Anything you want to add that Woj missed? So he muted himself again. Back over to you.
Categories could be categories could be anywhere from modern day to a theme to a decade to whatever. Like you guys said, they played the full track. But to comment, you don't get 10 to 15 seconds to get your guess in. You got 5, maybe 3 to go ahead and get your guess. You don't get in those first 3 seconds. You're probably not.
I was just using that 10 to 15. Because I work overnight. So it's like I put on CBS FM. So you got to remember, late night, my brain's not working like that. Weekends, that's a different story.
Really, considering you're a nocturnal creature, your brain works the best at night.
No comment to that. Anyone want to offer up their blood?
You also got one important detail about the way how prizes and cash is distributed. Only the first team to get it in correctly is the one that gets it. So it is like fastest finger first, but you only get money if you buzz in first. If you buzz in first and you're wrong, you don't get nothing. And it has happened. And it has happened several times where nobody got it right, and they all thought they did.
My question: will it be renewed for a second season?
It already is.
So interesting, because I want to go ahead and comment on Love Connection, but we're past that now.
No, go ahead, Paul. Go ahead. If you wanted to say something about Love Connection, get it in.
No, it was just that I get the harsh criticisms that you guys are getting, but I don't think that they're warranted in this case, because the only difference between the 2016-17 format of Love Connection and the 80s format of Love Connection is the fact that you go on 3 dates. That's the only difference. Everything else stays the same, and then the cash factor comes in. But nonetheless, every person who does appear gets a small stipend of about $500 to $750 in cash. You still get to go on the date, which is pretty much free money at that point. And if you're fortunate enough to have the audience vote for the person that you want to keep going on a date with, which you're more than welcome to do, they'll give you an additional $10K. Now, interesting to note, Shazam has already been renewed. We don't know about Love Connection yet.
Yeah, considering it's been averaging just under 3 million viewers an episode. It's getting basically almost the same ratings as Speed Shazam.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is very interesting. Like I don't know what happened here, but Fox is just unsure. That's
Wait, you want to know my opinion on that? I'll say this: Jamie Foxx. That's it.
Yeah, Fox for the Fox.
He's looking for a fox. He's looking for a fox.
But he's supposed to. And he what? No offense. He was actually good as Ray Charles. He was good as Ray Charles.
Yeah, he won an Oscar for that.
Yeah. Hey Scott, he's looking for a fox. Jamie Foxx is looking for a fox.
I already made that joke, Chuck. So too late.
Oh, sorry.
Day late and dollar short. So
going back. Pretty much take over for the rest here. So let me mention, third place team is eliminated with no money. So no matter how much money they have, they're eliminated. The second place team will be able to keep half of whatever they bank up. In the event of a tie, they do ask one additional question. No dollar value though. And of course, the team that gets it right goes on. Now, first place team, and this is where it kind of gets into the whole who wants to be a millionaire-ish kind of thing, plays directly against Shazam now. Effectively, for those that don't know, what Shazam is the app that pretty much you hold up to your TV, try to figure out what song they're playing in the background, whatever show you're watching. Ideally, Shazam could go ahead and identify whatever song you play within about 5 seconds. So October is going to play a song, and you're pretty much going to have about 3 to 4 seconds to get to buzz in with the to give your response. During the final beat Shazam round, it's not multiple choice; it's free answers. So you have to come up with the words similar to name that tune to the letter. If you're off by even one sound or one additional syllable, it's wrong. So, interesting to note, it was a question of, did you say the word running with no G sound or running with the G sound at the end of it? That's how anal they are about it.
So basically, like Wheel of Fortune, when the one contestant dropped the G.
Yes.
Yeah, it's also the same rule as the mystery tune from the original Name That Tune. The song that they named had to match exactly what was on the card.
Oh, you mean from
Kennedy?
Oh.
Yep. Now the way how the game works is, and this is how the $1 million. This is how the $1 million trick works. For this point forward, every song, the first 5 songs you play in this round, will be worth $25,000. If you can beat Shazam successfully in the first 5 songs, he will ask you 1/6 question. The 6th question, if you play it, 1, you have to play it solo, so no partner to help you out. 2, if you go for it and you miss, you will lose half of your bank. But if you go for it and you get all 6 songs correctly, you're going to go ahead and walk away with $1 million. Now,
Paul, question. Do they get to discuss between themselves who gets to answer the $1 million question?
Yeah, they cut the commercial during that time frame. So it's either so at the end of the 5th, Jamie Foxx will go ahead and say, all right, so you won this amount of money. You can walk away right now with that money, be gone, that's yours. Or you can play one more. If you play the one more and you get it right, we'll go ahead and give you either double your bank if you missed one of the first 5, or we'll give you the $1 million. If you got all 5 correct, then you got the 6th one correct. If you go for it and you miss, you're going to only walk away with half of your bank.
So basically, from the first 5, that's $25,000 that gets added for every correct answer to their bank.
Yep.
Yes.
And then if they get all 6 right, their bank just basically augments to $1 million.
Yes. If they're wrong once, then the 6th song becomes a doubler.
Yep.
And in fact, we've already had one team win $1 million on the 4th episode. Christine and Steve.
Yeah, I saw that one.
The only complaint I had was that it was so anticlimactic to reveal that they won the $1 million. Like, I'm thinking it's going to be like millionaire John Carpenter winning the thing for the first time. No, it was like really, really subdued, and I was like really kind of like shattered when I saw it. It was like it's not the contestant's fault, and it's not Jamie Foxx's fault. It's whoever was the producer of the show, because it just looks like they just threw a Hail Mary.
Yeah, considering that Jeff Applehoff, the executive producer of the show and the co-creator, he already messed this up before with $1 million money drop.
Oh boy!
Yeah.
And he also produced the primetime version of Don't Forget the Lyrics. Aha!
All right. So let's be fair about $1 million money drop. The format was pretty much the same as the UK and Australia. The only problem is the writing team needed to work a little bit harder. That's what happened.
Yeah, and also
and those two people were invited back to play. Unfortunately, the show got canceled.
Yeah,
and also with the primetime version of Don't Forget the Lyrics, it was basically a carbon copy of 5th Grader.
Yep. Wait, 5th Grader syndicate or 5th Grader primetime?
Primetime.
Oh God.
I heard. Didn't they bring that back? 5th grade primetime.
It did.
Yeah, for a short time, I bet.
Limited event. They did what they should be doing. Fox did with 5th Grader what ABC should be doing with Millionaire, but ABC doesn't want to touch Millionaire no more.
Yeah, ABC hasn't done anything with Millionaire ever since they lost their lawsuit.
Oh man, I could comment on that on another episode because I'm such a fan of it. I actually followed part of on the web forum that they actually told me about the web lawsuit. I've actually read up into it. Like,
Well, I think for our next topic, talk about. I'm thinking about our next topic will be Starcade, because we got the whole. Yeah, I think that might be our next topic. I'll confirm it with Brian and everything.
yeah, that's why
I'll be super stoked. I'm super stoked about that topic. I'm super stoked about it if it happens.
Yeah, so basically, are you already, considering you're playing Pac-Man right now, are you getting ready?
No, I'm playing title fights in old Sega Genesis game. Playing title fights in old Sega Genesis game.
She's playing Cliffhanger.
I think I was going to comment.
Oh, aka Lupin, aka Lupin.
I will make a note about Millionaire real quick before you start talking about the main event of the evening. They did just recently start taping the new season of Millionaire for the fall. They're no longer taping at Bally's, but rather they're taping in the Caesars Entertainment Studio, which, if you've ever been to Las Vegas, is pretty much the equivalent of a goddamn tent.
Hey!
But,
Well, wait, you wait, Paul. You think that they would tape it at the from the Circus Maximus Theater? You think they would tape it where they taped Caesar's Challenge? The
now,
Circus
I asked
Maximus.
about that. I asked, well, what happened?
Or tape it at Trump Taj Mahal where they hosted Trump Card.
Like, well, Trump Card was Atlanta.
No. Trump Card was taped at Trump Castle.
Yeah.
Trump Castle. Oh.
Which
You're
is
probably
now.
thinking
Sorry, my bad.
Don't be technical, Scott.
Anyway, but yeah, so they're taping it now over at Caesar's Palace, and and one thing to note, I don't know if it's because of it being structurally not sound to do what they do for normally Millionaire tapings, and normally Millionaire tapings are held in like a studio or like a sound stage, but one thing to note, and this is what some people have been telling me so far, you'll notice certain elements of the classic Millionaire in the studio when you go into the studio. Currently a Millionaire, it's just the little arching thing that you saw during the Shuffle era. Currently, when you go inside the studio, you're going to see the old arches from the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire from ABC primetime. Additionally, some people have noted that the hot seats are in fact in the room. So it's so we don't know. So the rumor is, are we setting up for our anniversary special prime time? That's the question. Because it is coming up to the 15th real soon.
Yeah,
Somebody call Regis.
Yeah,
or Meredith Vieira.
No, if Millionaire is doing an anniversary and that's confirmed, we'll do an episode all about Millionaire. We'll have to confirm it first.
Yeah, that one might have to be in 2 parts. Or 3.
Or 3. Or it could be like a week-long special.
Yeah.
But that also does crush my dream that they will bring it back to New York City to go ahead and tape the week special, but whatever. I'll figure out a way to get out over there.
I'll win big playing crap so I can get a free room over at Caesars and use it over in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, and while you're waiting on the bus there, are you going to be playing Candy Crush?
Bad. That show was bad. Bad.
Okay. So
now it's time to wait. So now it's time to talk about the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
With 10 minutes to go. Let's talk about everyone. Let's talk about Candy Crush and all its other apps. It's like
over 1 trillion levels played, and now we have the world's largest touchscreen as certified by the Guinness Book of World Records, all guided by Slater himself, Mario Lopez. And before we begin, may I just say that back on October 21st, 2016, I made a prediction right when we were discussing this during Smash or Trash. I said, and you can go back in the archives and look at it, quote, "I can't wait to see contestants from Survivor, Big Brother, and Amazing Race appear on the show," unquote.
So wait, well,
episode?
7 months later, or really 9 months later.
So wait, Woods, did you actually get a DeLorean travel at 88 miles per hour just to make that prediction and then come back?
You don't need to get into the head of Les Moonves.
To be fair, this wasn't
Oh,
Les
God.
Moonves' doing, but it was more like, all right, I want to be on Les's good side. So how can I do this? Got it.
Get Bob Barker to host another game show.
No. That's not Les Moonves' good side.
Bob Barker's the man.
Les Moonves' good side is stroking the dealers out of Survivor, Big Brother, and the other.
And letting his wife host it.
Yeah, and it's also confusing when one of the contestants on the current season of Big Brother is on this show as well.
All right, so walk us through with how the game is played.
Oh my God! Who wants to start?
Well, wait. Who wants to do the honors? Does Woj or Paul want to start?
Who wants to start?
Count me out. Count me out.
Yes, I'll count you out. 3, 2, 1, 0.
All
All right, guys, we got 9 minutes left. Let's.
Well, it's here. It's my point up because I'm going to go off of this. So the way how the game effectively works, it works part Double Dare style, part Double Dare style. It's just Double Dare without the gag. That's what we're going with. Each of the 4 teams playing starts off by trying to solve like some little mini challenge. Like, all right, so we're looking for this particular piece, or we want you to go ahead and climb through these red giant mazes real quick.
Maze.
Off the board, then run back and relay to your partner.
Yeah,
Either way you do it.
Yeah, they also have to throw plushy fruits in a basket, or just make 10 matches.
So basically something from like Beat the Clock.
Kind of. Yeah.
A toss-up stunt.
Toss-up stunt. So each of these toss-up stunts has some kind of physical activity, and then there's a game board activity, meaning you actually have to play a little bit of Candy Crush in order to start with the little touchscreen that you see up in that top frame. Now the winner of this goes on ahead and goes to the big vertical boards, either the vertical one or the horizontal one, and plays one of 4 challenge games. The goal is that basically whichever style of game you choose, you need to be able to rack up the most amount of matches, like literal matches, like 3 of this color, 3 of this color, whatever.
So basically, 3 of a kind in a match, 4 of a kind, either across or vertical, gets you the special one. The
5 gets you an additional 10 seconds.
Right.
Do you also get the exploding one, like in the actual game?
I'll come back to that in a second. But from what I can tell from the first 2 episodes, that did not happen whenever a person got the special match. But like Woj said, you get a 4 or 5 match, you get an additional 10 seconds. You can start matching up more. So pretty much whichever your score is that you set, that sets the bar for the other players to do. The name of the game is you want to be the top 2 to have a score and be sitting on that couch over there. Once you go visit the big board, you're done for the evening more or less. Then you pretty much repeat with another physical mini challenge, then another choice of the remaining 3 challenges, and you keep doing this 3 times over. Obviously, whichever team is dead last gets whatever one is to pick. There are 2 vertical challenges, meaning that they're going to put you up on a giant vertical board, and there's 2 horizontal challenges where they're going to place you pretty much in like a giant harness and have you play with like a giant touch screen and stuff like that.
Basically on a bar of soap.
Right. Now, whichever 2 teams has the best 2 scores, and then there was the most amount of matches, goes on to play against each other for the top prize of, I think it's $100,000?
$100,000. So it's basically $50,000 for each team member.
Right. And the scores matter because whichever team has the advantage gets one of, I think it's 4 different advantages for the final challenge. This is where it gets even more, what the fuck are you doing? The final challenge is divided into 2 parts. There's the one person will be playing the giant vertical board, and then the first person going to play the giant horizontal board, where you have to match some kind of target number. When you match that target number, a magical giant prop key is going to unlock. You're going to take that and put it into your partner's vertical controller, where you're physically going to be having them controlling them with a giant vertical board. Unlike the mini challenges, which is completely random. Like, you literally have a guy backstage, like, pulling up and down on the levers. That's all. The team that wins this wins $100,000. If you don't see how, like, I tried to give this show a chance. Like, I sat through this. I'm like, this can't be what this show is. This cannot be all that this show is. No way.
It's
simplistic. It's simplistic, and it's purest form.
You might see more of it in the upcoming Emoji movie.
Oh no! We don't speak of that. I've seen it already. We don't speak of that. That movie is all kinds of bad. You don't go watch that if you're an adult. You go watch that if you have kids and you want to go stay and there's nothing else to go watch. Go take them to see that. You don't take this movie kind of seriously.
No, if I go see Cars 3 instead.
Well,
that too.
Well, the show that this has been compared to the most is The Magnificent Marble Machine, and I can safely say this show is worse.
I've never seen The Magnificent Marble Machine. I've never seen that show.
Yeah, basically imagine trying to turn pinball into a game show.
Yep.
But yeah, that actually worked. But wait, that actually worked.
Did it?
Not for me.
Did it?
It didn't.
The main problem that I generally have with this show is that it's literally the dumbest show. At least Double Dare had questions. At least Brain Surge had to think for a minute. Like, what did I just see on that big board? At least Eyewitness does the same. But this is just
what was that other game show that Mark Summers hosted? The one with the quiz robot.
Pick your brain.
2XL. Pick your brain. 2XL challenge. 2XL challenge.
Yes, the giant toy robot. I remember my cousin owned one of those things. Yeah, I remember that.
I had that when I was a kid too.
Yeah, but basically the other problem with the show is that it's basically just the same thing round over and over again of making matches. They're just adding different gizmos to make matches.
Yeah. Exactly. Like, for all of that, they could have just simply rebought one of the other pilots and stuff like that. Like, there was a failed $1 million game that somebody piloted from Italy, which would work. But the problem is the host was so blah. I'm like, screw this. I'm out. I think I showed it to you, Scott. What was that?
So, final thoughts on any of the new game shows that came out this summer?
Well,
Gong Show, pass.
The
Gong Show's a pass.
Put it this way: Gong Show, I would watch. Beat Shazam, I would DVR. Love Connection, I would VCR. Candy Crush, I would Betamax. And
well, wait. Will we give all the game shows to Paul? Will we give all the game shows to Bill to watch while he tries to figure out how to play it?
Yeah, and Eyewitness, I would iCloud it.
The only problem, I'm sorry for speaking out late about that, but the only problem I really have with Eyewitness was for the fact that it's just the host and the whole gimmick of the bonus round. It's like, it's so cheaty. Like, if you miss once, you're done.
Well, not necessarily. I mean, many contestants on Cram were able to make a comeback.
Right.
Right.
Like that whole bonus round of, all right, so we're gonna play you 2 videos simultaneously with the sound on. Okay, I'm supposed to do this somehow. What?
All right, guys. Well, I think that concludes our podcast tonight. We'll let you know what the topic is in 4 weeks. In 2 weeks, we got our anime, our con show.
Convention Intention.
I think that's going to be done on Tuesday because Otacon's happening in 2 weeks as well. So I'll be there, and I'll see you if you guys are there at Otakon. I'll see you there. And if you like what you see here, hit the like and subscribe button. Don't forget to click that little bell to be notified of when new videos come up. Also, we want to hear what you think about some of these new game shows. So keep the conversation going there in the chat, in the comment section below. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to us on Facebook and on YouTube at Lost Silver Productions. That's going to do it for this episode. Game Show Talk and Fun. I'm Scott Goldiner.
The Big C, Charles Verne, saying, hope you all your troubles get zapped. Bye-bye.
See you in September.
Yep. And Woj?
See you in August.
Until next time, so long.